Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well today. Happy Candle Day 2020, y'all. It is one of my favorite times of the year, an annual tradition that I look forward to every single year. Of course, this year is a bit different due to COVID-19. Typically, Candle Day is one-day sale on Saturday, and this year Bath & Body Works has extended that sale for the entire weekend. So the candle sale is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The reasoning behind that, of course, is to hopefully spread out the customers, and so the stores don't get overly crowded and the lines outside the stores don't get overly long, because of course there is still only a certain amount of people allowed in the store at any given time. I wasn't actually expecting to pick up this many candles this year, but as you can see as I scan up the tower, it just happens with me, doesn't it? Every year the tower is about the same size as last year. I think even a little bit bigger. Now, to be fair, not all of these candles are for me. I did pick up some candles for friends who either live in an area where their stores are not open or were not comfortable going to the store because they have high volume stores close to them and they knew they would be really crowded. I also picked up several candles intending to give them as gifts for family and friends, but the bulk of them are for me. The bulk of them are, but not all of them. It just makes me feel a little better saying that, right? The first part of this video, I'm going to chat a little bit about my shopping experience in store, and then I'll move into the haul. If you're not interested in hearing about the shopping experience, I'll leave the timestamps below, so you can click on the timestamp and it will take you directly to the haul portion of the video. Overall, I had a fantastic shopping experience. Candles are $9.95 this year, a price increase from last year, but I don't think anyone was really surprised about that. I sort of anticipated they would be right around $10. I was kind of hoping for $9.50, but $9.95 still keeps us under $10. It is still the best candle sale that we've had all year, especially if you are fortunate enough to have 10 off 40 or 20% off coupons. I did not actually receive any coupons in the mail. I think Bath & Body Works just knows that I'm going to shop regardless, so they don't send me that many mail or coupons. But I had a couple of local friends who were very kind and gave me their coupons that they weren't going to use, so I was able to use a couple 10 off 40s with my purchases, which does help bring the overall cost of each candle down. Typically, I go to 5-6 stores on Candle Day. It's like a whole day event for me. I get up early, I start with my high volume stores, hit those, and then circle back around to the lower volume stores, which just aren't going to be as busy. This year, because of COVID, I didn't feel comfortable doing that, so I only went to 2 of my local stores, and those 2 stores that I chose to go to are my lower volume stores. Both of my stores opened at 5 a.m. this morning, so I was at my first store, which is the White Barn store, which I knew would be a little bit busier, at 4:30, and there was myself and a couple other ladies waiting in their cars. About 10 minutes before the store opened, we all kind of like almost simultaneously got out of our cars and walked to get in the official line outside the door. I was the 6th person in line. Everyone was spread out appropriately. Everyone had their mask on. Of course, when we walked in the store, we hand sanitized, and they were only allowing a certain number of people in the store at one time. I had a list. I knew exactly what I wanted, so I was able to get in and out relatively quickly. I was able to grab the cookies and cream at that store, so I was happy about that. I also found the Merry Mimosa in the Roaring 20s packaging, so that was a happy surprise for me. I didn't find any hidden gems at that store, but also I didn't want to spend too much time looking because I really wanted to get in and out, which is exactly what I was able to do. I was back in my car with purchases in my trunk by 5:15. So in and out 15 minutes. And then I headed to my second store, which is a just regular Bath & Body Works, kind of old school Bath & Body Works, which happens to be my favorite store now because I love the store manager at that store and I just love the old school vibes. I was actually the only shopper in that store for a little bit, and of course some people came in after me and some people were leaving as I arrived, but that store, I mean, I pretty much had the store to myself for probably a good 5 minutes. I could not ask for a better Candle Day experience than that, right? I already knew where all the candles were in that store that I wanted. I grabbed everything that I wanted, and again, I was in and out of that store in 15 minutes, probably back in my car, ready to head home by 5:30. I did sit around in my car, play on Instagram, and waited for the online sale to start at 6 a.m. I grabbed some Summer Terrace, another Blue Winter Sky, and was pretty much on and off of the website pretty quickly. It was very slow compared to a normal shopping experience. It wanted to take a long time to log me into my rewards app. I think it finally did log me in. The first time that I hit submit order, it took me to an error screen, and then I backed up, I placed the order again, and that order did go through. I got the confirmation, and then I did receive the email. So I know a lot of people were struggling with the website this morning. I think everybody jumped on at 6 a.m. Eastern time. I know some of my West Coast friends were up at 3 o'clock this morning their time, because in past years online would sell out pretty quickly, and there are still a lot of areas where their stores aren't open. They're still in, you know, lockdown in some ways, or people just don't feel comfortable to go to stores. So I think a lot of people were going to shop online. So I hope that you got everything you wanted. Let me know in the comments below what your shopping experience was like, either online or in the store. I really want to hear about your experience. I feel like I've seen so many different varieties of experience thus far. Some people were online and got their orders like super quickly. Some people I think really struggled to get an order placed. Some people's in-store experience, I think they were waiting in a pretty long line outside their stores for quite a while. So let me know how your experience was. I really want to hear from you about that. They did release a lot of summer candles for Candle Day, and I do sort of understand that, because a lot of people shopping for Candle Day, they're not just buying Christmas candles. They want candles to hold over for next spring and summer and for the year, basically. Some people buy the candles they're going to burn for the whole year. They had several collections that had been released as online exclusives early this year in store, so that was fun. I was able to get some pomegranate lemonades, and there are a lot of candles that are online exclusives that are not in store. So it's been an interesting mix. I have a little bit of everything. I have some candles that are online exclusives. I have some candles that were released in previous years, but they brought those collections back for Candle Day, specifically Summer Terrace at the top of my tower here, and Lavender Sea. I did not pick those up for Candle Day. I had those in my collection, but I thought I would chat about them here. So if you're gonna go to your store tomorrow or Sunday, or you haven't placed your online order yet, then I can give you my thoughts on those. Okay, I think that's enough rambling. As with all of my haul videos, I'm going to show you the candle up close, give you my cold sniff impressions, my thoughts. Most of these candles I have talked about in other videos this year or previous years. So if it's a candle that I talked about in this year's video, I'm not going to spend too much time giving like in-depth cold sniff thoughts about them. I'll give my quick thoughts. So I'm going to try not to be too long-winded, because I don't want this video to be like 2 hours long. Let me just back up here and show the tower. I can't even get the whole thing in the frame, but that is what it looks like. I'm going to dismantle this baby now so I can breathe a little bit easier. So if you're interested in seeing my haul and hearing my thoughts, let's get started. Okie dokie, I have dismantled the tower a bit so I can breathe a little bit easier as I talk about these. The first one I have here is my beloved Summer Terrace. I absolutely adore this scent. This scent came out originally in 2018. It was a top scent for me that year. It was very underrated as far as like reviewers and like hype. It just didn't get the hype, but this is a phenomenal scent. The notes are fresh watermint, crisp pear, citrus, and warm musk, and it's absolutely fantastic. In the same family as like beach, sage, and mint. When you burn it, it always reminds me of like stepping out of a wonderfully crisp shower. It's clean and fresh. The fruit notes in this add a really nice pleasant sweetness, but it's not like a sweet scent. I would say it's more of a clean and crisp and fresh type scent, and it's absolutely wonderful, conceptual, very strong, great burner. I ordered 4 online. Yep, 4. And I hope that was enough, because I love this scent. If y'all track with me in regards to this kind of scents that we like, if you like the same kind of scents that I do, I highly recommend this scent. I love it. I really want this scent to take off, because I feel like if more people grabbed it and burned it, they would love it as much as I do, because it's fantastic. I picked up an apple weather in one of my stores. They had some of their fall candles still out. I really love this scent, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. The notes are fresh farm stand apples, lavender leaves, and cinnamon bark. I absolutely love this one. If you like your apple scents, definitely give this one a try. These are the Luminary leaf packaging, which was absolutely beautiful burning. This one was strong, had a great burn, so I wanted to pick one more up for next year just in case they don't bring it back. This one is a crisp, fresh apple. The lavender is there, but don't be afraid of that, because it's not a lavender heavy scent. The lavender adds a little bit of a freshness to the background, sort of balances out the sweetness of the apple and gives it a little bit of that sort of fresh, outdoorsy vibe, and it's just really fantastic. So glad to grab one of these. The next one I have here is Lavender Sea. This one is online for Candle Day. I don't think it said it was online exclusive, so you might be able to find it in store. The notes are soft lavender waves, vanilla sea foam, and coconut water, and this one came out in 2018 as well. Really pretty, beautiful packaging. I picked up a couple of these when they came out. This one is very similar to the lavender coconut candle if you tried that one, which came out in 2017. If you haven't tried that one, basically this is a beachy, fresh lavender scent with a good amount of coconut. I would say that you almost get a little bit more coconut than the lavender, and this one also has a little bit of something that makes me think of like salty air or sort of a slight aquatic note. So I did feel like when I compared these side by side, lavender coconut and lavender sea, this one was slightly tweaked. But if you like your summery coconuts and you like lavender, I think you'd really like this one. It's really good. This one I think had a good burn. I don't remember it having any issues, but don't quote me because it's been a while since I burned it. I was really excited to walk into the White Barn store and see these Merry Mimosas sitting there ready for me to grab them. I don't need 3 Merry Mimosas. This collection I think was actually supposed to be released after Candle Day, so I went ahead and grabbed 3 because I will take at least one of these, if not 2 of these, back to grab a couple other candles out of that collection. I didn't realize, but this one actually has a velvet label. So you obviously won't be able to see it, but this is velvet. So that's kind of cool. A little added touch. The lids are black. The notes of Merry Mimosa are sparkling champagne, red apple slices, and iced sugar crystals. And this scent has been out before. It is a really nice January scent in my opinion. Think of champagne toast, peach Bellini. Those is in that family of scent. That drinkable, slightly fruity kind of scent. It's not really boozy. I don't get really like a heavy champagne or anything super effervescent or that tickles my nose, but it's a very drinkable, sweet, fruity, think of berries and apples. A pleasant, nice scent, especially if you like those kind of scents. Again, really happy to see these in the store. I wasn't expecting to see this collection at all, but hey, I'm glad that it was, so I get it at the sales price. It rang up, no issues. I was really glad that my store still had some of these glass lid candles. I picked up Vanilla Birch. This is going to be a gift. The notes are white birch, Madagascar vanilla, warm sandalwood. I absolutely love this scent. I talked about it in my massive haul. This has white wax, and these all have these really pretty, slightly iridescent glass lids. So they're just really nice. A little bit fancier. I think they make a really good gift, and they are on sale today, so a good time to pick them up because they are priced $2 more. This is a great conceptual sort of wearable scent, reminiscent of Wine Cellar. If you love Wine Cellar, this one is very similar. I call this one like Wine Cellar's summer cousin. It's not as heavy as Wine Cellar, but it's just a great scent. It's typically been a good performer for me. I also picked up the Vanilla Bean Noel in this packaging. I really like the colors here. Vanilla Bean Noel was vanilla bean, marshmallow fluff, vanilla cake. Classic Bath & Body Works scent, a very yummy, decadent, delicious vanilla scent. The candle typically doesn't perform very well for me. It's always pretty light, as are most vanilla scents. I love the lid on this one. It's so pretty. These have white wax. Speaking of classic scents, I also picked up the Winter Candy Apple in this packaging. Again, I think the packaging is just really pretty. This one has sort of a pinkish red iridescent lid and the white wax. I just think these are great, and I'm really happy to get them for $9.95. The notes are candied apples, crisp pears, and oranges. This is a classic. The scent will always remind me of like middle school. It's so nostalgic for me. I know it's so nostalgic for many of you, and I don't think I've burned one in the last couple years, but I do tend to always go back to it after a few years and want to burn one. I thought this was a really nice dressed up version. And the last one in that collection I picked up another Peach on Earth. Again, this really pretty iridescent glass lid. This one's sort of a peachy color, but you can really kind of see the rainbow in this one. This is also going to be a gift. The notes are fresh peach, sweet cinnamon, frosted vanilla. I'm not normally a fan of peach scents, but this one I really like. I do get a good bit of warm cinnamon in this. You get the sweet juicy peach, but then it's contrasted with that warm cinnamon. So it's actually really nice on cold sniff. I haven't burned it yet, but this one's definitely going to be a gift for someone. The next one I picked up is another Gingerbread Marshmallow. I did burn the one that I picked up in my initial haul, and I really did enjoy the scent. I should have looked at the wicks before I picked it up. Like, what is up with this wonky wick placement? The notes are gingerbread spice, eggnog, spiced rum, vanilla frosting, and brown sugar crystals. This is pretty similar to the spiced gingerbread scent This one actually has a good amount of cinnamon and ginger, and the spice is quite prominent in this one, so I really enjoyed it. It wasn't the best burn. I'll talk about it in a later empties video. It did sort of start having some problems here at the 1/4 mark, but the rest of the candle was good and it was strong, so I decided to pick up one more for next year in case they don't bring it back. I also have some online exclusives here. I picked up 2 of the Butterrum Eggnog. This collection is online exclusive. Obviously, I ordered this before Candle Day and decided to just put it in this video since I haven't talked about them yet. I actually like the packaging. I think it's quite cute, sort of minimalistic. I don't know what it reminds me of. Is it sort of a Nordic vibe? I like the little Santa, and I think they're actually pretty cute. These have the white barn lids and white wax. The notes of Butterrum Eggnog, a spiced eggnog, vanilla bourbon, rich buttercream, and shaved nutmeg. Really glad to see this scent back. This is a very authentic eggnog scent. If you like that creamy, custardy, nutmeg heavy, vanilla eggnog, you're gonna love this one. I think it's really great for this time of year, and I'm glad to have a couple more. I also picked up the Snow Mountain Lodge. I really like the label on this one, and the blue is really pretty. This one has a blue wax. Whew, a little bit messy there, but that's all right. It will burn down. The notes are smoked embers, silver pine, and sandalwood, and this one is also returning scent. I do really enjoy this one. It's a very different kind of scent. What's not listed in the notes is there is a very distinct cola note. Think like Coke or Pepsi, like the brown syrupy cola part, not necessarily the effervescence of a soda, but the actual just like syrup part of the cola. I know that sounds odd, but it adds a really nice sweetness to this candle, and that sweetness balances out the woods note and balances out the ember note. It's a very enjoyable scent, very unique, and I'm glad to have another one. And the last one I picked up in that particular collection is the Chestnut and Clove with this green label, and then the wax is also sort of this like very pale olive green. Chestnut and Clove is also a returning scent. The notes are warm roasted chestnut, fresh ground clove, and cedar wood. I really, really like this scent. If you like the Acorn Lane scent from this fall, this is very similar, but without the sweetness of the apple. You get a lot of the warm clove. It's not like spicy, like heavy cinnamon or anything. It's just warm, sort of a woodsy vibe because of the chestnut. So just warm and cozy, and it's a classic scent. It has been around for a long time, and still enjoy burning this one. All right, I did pick up 1, 2, 3 more of the sweet cranberry pie. I talked about this one in my Black Friday haul part 2. I've started burning this one. It is incredibly strong and amazing scent, so I wanted to pick up some backups. The notes are tart cranberries, brown sugar, chopped walnuts, and flaky pie crust. I stand by what I said in that video. It is very similar to blueberry pie, but also a little reminiscent of berry waffle cone. It is different though. It is tweaked. It's not an exact repackage in my opinion, because I do get a tart sweet cranberry note, and that cranberry does add a different vibe to the scent overall. But it's been phenomenal. If you like blueberry pie, if you like those kind of fruity bakery scents from Bath & Body Works, definitely pick this one up. It's also been beautiful burning because it's a luminary effect. So yeah, I wanted to grab 3 more. I also picked up another Mary Madeleine cookie. Again, I talked about this in my Black Friday haul. The notes are baked Madeleine cookie, spiced almond, sweet orange, and toasted coconut. I have not burned this one yet. It smells exactly like the Pillsbury orange cinnamon roll, like the icing cup specifically. It smells like that orange icing, a lot of powdered sugar in this one. It's really good on cold sniff, and I've heard a lot of good things online from several of my candle friends, so I decided let me pick up 1 more just in case I fall in love with it. When I do burn it, I want at least a backup, and if I don't love it, I can always take it back and exchange it. I also picked up 1 more under the Christmas tree. Love the label on this one. It is just so pretty. So pretty. The notes are fir balsam, juniper berries, vanilla eggnog. There's not eggnog in this. And sage leaves. I'm actually burning this one now, and so I decided to pick up 1 backup. I am enjoying this one, although I do think that for me, when this one is burning, it is leaning a little bit toward a cologne scent. You definitely get the tree notes, you definitely get the balsam, and you get vanilla, so it's sort of like the vanilla balsam candle. But it does have, the sage in this is registering a little bit like a cologne sage versus herbal. For me, I don't like cologne scents, as y'all know. I'm tolerating it, and it's pretty nice. and it's been strong and a good burner so far. So I decided to pick one more up. But if you are very, very averse to cologne scents, just keep that in mind. That sage might be a little heavy for you, but thus far I'm handling it well. So I decided to pick up one more. And the next one I picked up is another cinnamon Gingersnap. The notes are gingerbread spice, homemade marshmallow, and vanilla bean. I haven't burned this one yet, but again, I love my ginger cookie kind of scent, so I decided to pick up one more just in case. This one is really nice on cold sniff. You get a really nice amount of the ginger kind of spices, the nutmeg, the cinnamon, and you get a lot of marshmallow. It makes me think of a sort of a spiced or holiday kind of marshmallow. I liked it enough on cold sniff. I thought, let me pick up one more during the candle sale. The next collection I have is this collection, which was released specifically for Candle Day. I picked up a Cranberry Pear Bellini. This scent typically has been returning every year for the past several years for Candle Day. I think the packaging is pretty. I think this is going to have a little bit of a luminary effect. It looks like that's cut out. These have the Bath & Body Works kind of gold lids. This one has white wax. The notes are fizzy pear, nectar, sparkling red cranberries, lush apricot, and tart black currant. In the same family is peach Bellini, champagne toast, Merry Mimosa. This is a New Year's Eve, New Year's Day cocktail drinkable scent. This one stands apart from the other mentioned ones because you do get a tartness. That black currant and cranberry add a really nice tart, sort of mouth puckering aspect, and balances against the sweetness of the pear and the sweetness of sort of the sugary sort of peach aspect. So that balance of the sweet and the tart, I love this scent. It's been a favorite of mine for a long time, so I'm always glad to see it come back because I really love to burn this around New Year's. I also picked up a peach Bellini. I haven't picked one of these up in a long time, and I just decided to pick it up. You know, this is one that wasn't on my list, but it was just like an impulsive, let me pick it up. I really like the label. I think it's really pretty. Again, I think it's going to have a really pretty luminary effect here, and I love the orange. I think this collection is actually really pretty. It's definitely a New Year's Eve, New Year's collection, which I think is nice. This one has a very pale orange wax. The notes are succulent white peach, sparkling prosecco, and sweet orange. And this is one of the few peach scents that I've been able to tolerate after all the years. I don't really love peach scents, but this one's good. It does smell like a drinkable, peachy, sort of nectar, sparkling, sort of bubbly kind of scent. It's really great. It's in the same family as the other ones I've already mentioned, champagne toast, etc. And it's just a great New Year scent. And then I picked up 5 of Berry Spritzer, a candle I have not yet burned, but because it is a Candle Day exclusive, I liked enough on cold sniff. I'm like, I'm gonna buy several of these. This is what I do, y'all, okay? So I bought 5, haven't burned it. If I don't love it when I burn it, I'll obviously take some of these back and exchange them. That's just how it is. They're gonna go back unburned. But if I love it, I have more in case it sells out, which I'm imagining since Candle Day is gonna be 3 days, this is probably gonna sell out for the most part at most of the stores. So that was my logic. Let me know if that makes sense to y'all. I again think the packaging is really pretty. You can see there's a little bit of a luminary effect here. I think they're going to be really pretty burning. This one has a pale blue wax, which I think is really pretty. And this one actually has a bottle. The notes of this one are frozen juniper berries, fresh cranberries, cool peppermint, and black currant. And I really am loving this one on cold sniff. Now, this scent did come out before. That one was like Love Spell, the Victoria's Secret scent. This does not smell like Love Spell. So I think that this is a new Berry Spritzer. This one is fantastic. That black currant and juniper give it this invigorating, fresh vibe. And then you also get the tartness of the fruit, the cranberry, and then that little hint of peppermint that comes through. This one's phenomenal. I'm gonna sit it down. My arm is getting tired. I love it. It is very conceptual. To me, I don't smell this and think I can drink this. That juniper berry mixed with the fruit and the black currant and the cranberry, it's got this sort of herbal vibe mixed with the tart fruit. And then that little hint, it's not much peppermint at all, but there's a little hint of that cooling peppermint on the back end. And so that herbal aspect mixed with the fruit, I love it. I'm probably gonna light this up today, y'all. Oh, it's so good. Let me know your thoughts on this and if you picked it up. The next one I picked up is You're the One First of all, I think this packaging is gorgeous. Look how like shimmery and sparkling that is. Has the red lid. This one has a very pale pink wax. The notes are white birch, velvety rose, and a drop of strawberry nectar. I don't tend to gravitate toward their body care candles. What happens is I pick one up, I take it home, I sniff it, I think I'm gonna try it or think I'm gonna like it, never get around to burning it, and then I either just keep it in my collection inevitably forever or I take it back and exchange it. I haven't been able to smell this properly in the store, again, because I'm not taking my mask off to sniff candles. Personal preference, I do open the lid and sniff it through my mask, but you really can't get a full like sniffing experience that way. So I wanted to get it and kind of bring it home and sniff it and decide if I'm going to keep it. This one is quite floral. It definitely has like a peony rose vibe. It definitely is conceptual, wearable kind of scent, and I'm not getting a lot of strawberry. It does say just a drop of strawberry nectar. I feel like if there was more fruit in this, I would probably prefer it more. I smell this and it does make me think of sort of a sophisticated, more mature floral perfume, which matches the body care, obviously. I don't think I'm going to be able to burn this one, but if you like those kind of scents, check this one out. Let me know what your thoughts are on this one. I think it's going to be too floral for me personally. It's pretty, but just not my cup of tea. I also picked up another Perfect Christmas. Now, the original pour of this one had the Santa belt lid. So this one's obviously a later pour. They have restocked a lot of the candles from the initial releases. This one, see, I didn't open it in the store. And look at this, these wicks. What is happening? Those are really long wicks. White wax. I think the packaging is beautiful. I obviously really prefer the buckle lid, but that's okay. I'll keep that one and burn this one. The notes are fresh cut pine, cinnamon sugar, and toasted marshmallows. Love this scent. It came out last year. It's like all things good about Christmas as far as scent in one candle. You get the pine, like the balsam, the Christmas tree vibe. You get a warm cinnamon, and then you do get like a marshmallow, a vanilla that sort of balances it all and ties it together, and it's great. So I'm glad I was able to find another one of these. I also picked up another Tree Farm. Love this scent. I wanted to have one more. The notes are crisp pine needle, warm cedar, spiced apple. This one came out last year as well, and really glad that we had this one back. It's just another phenomenal tree scent. Instead of vanilla to sweeten up the pine and the balsam and the tree notes, you have apple, and it's just a fantastic scent. So really glad to have another one of these. Another one that I was really excited to find is a raspberry mimosa. There was just the one lone raspberry mimosa sitting there in my store. The notes are sweet raspberries, rose, sorbet, and a splash of champagne. I ended up really enjoying this one. Definitely a spring scent for me. Perfect for February. I love raspberry in February. This one has the matching wax, and it has a mouth puckering sort of aspect. When I sniff this, my mouth waters just a little bit. It doesn't necessarily register to me as a mimosa. There's not really anything effervescent, bubbly, and it's not a drinkable scent. To me, this would be better named as raspberry sorbet. It's just fantastic, raspberry heavy scent, fruity, refreshing, and I'm really glad to have another one of these. I also found 2 of the pomegranate lemonade in my store. Really happy about these. These originally were released this summer as online exclusives. So really excited to see some of those summer online exclusive candles now in store. I love this scent. Was so glad to see it come back this year. The notes are juicy pomegranate, zested lemons, and sugar crystals. This one has white wax. This scent is amazing. Think watermelon lemonade, take away the watermelon, add a tart pomegranate. I think y'all have picked up probably a trend in my preferences. I love tart fruit because I love the contrast of a tart, sort of mouth-watering fruit with a sweet aspect. And I love that balance and that contrast for me. It's just fantastic. I bought one of these and burned it over the summer, and it was a great performer, so glad to have found 2 more of these. I also picked up the Merry Cookie. This packaging came out exclusively for Candle Day. It does match the other holiday traditions packaging, but I thought it was really pretty with the little deer. This was one that wasn't on my list, but I just impulsively grabbed it. You know, it's just, I'm not exactly sure why. It was one of those things. I'll actually probably give this one as a gift to someone. This one is fresh baked cookies, sparkling sugar crystals, and rich vanilla. This is your very delicious buttery sugar cookie. It's a wonderful bakery scent. The packaging I thought was really cute, and this one has sort of this cookie batter color wax. I also picked up in that same packaging the cinnamon and clove buds. I Love this scent. I think this packaging is really pretty with the little deer. This one actually had a snowflake lid. The other one had a plain lid. This one has white wax. The notes are cinnamon leaf, clove bud, and ground nutmeg, and that's what it smells like. This is your spicy holiday candle. You've got a spicy red hot cinnamon. You have a lot of warm clove, and it's very reminiscent of the holiday scent and the spice scent. So I decided to pick this one up. The next row of the tower are these Candle Day exclusive candles that were out in store. This collection was online in the summer, and it was released as an online exclusive collection, which is why the lids are different. This one I purchased today at Candle Day. This one I had when they were originally released, but I never talked about it. Let me talk about this one first. I found this Eucalyptus Rain. The lid has this sort of swirly wave pattern. It matches this one. I love Eucalyptus Rain. I love to burn it in the spring. So hey, picking it up on Candle Day makes sense in my opinion. This one has white wax. This packaging came out this spring, I believe, so this is not like new packaging. The notes are aromatic eucalyptus, spearmint leaves, and fresh spring rain. This is my personal favorite variation of their eucalyptus line of candles, right? There's eucalyptus spearmint. There's several that they've done with eucalyptus, but this one I love because you get that aquatic rain note mixed with the invigorating eucalyptus and then the refreshing sort of spearmint. So to me, it's just a perfect spring scent, typically great performer and strong. So glad to find it today. I also decided to pick up the berry waffle cone in this collection. Do I need another berry waffle cone? Probably not. Some of the burns of these are not the best, so I thought I would try this one. I'm also really interested to see how this burns because it has this sort of gradient look here, and I think when it's burning, it's going to kind of shine through and look like a sunset. That would be kind of cool. Again, this one has the wavy lid. This one has white wax, and the notes are sweet summer berries, golden waffle cone, and creamy vanilla. This one is just a fantastic fruity bakery scent. Same family as blueberry pie and the sweet cranberry pie. You get a really nice amount of the waffle cone, the sort of bakery aspect, and then you get a nice fruit blend, a little bit of spice in this one. To me, this is a really great end of summer or early fall scent. It's just fantastic scent wise. And then also I have here the Tropical Island Bliss. Again, this is out in stores now, but this is the one I picked up online, which is why it has the white lid versus the swirly lid. This one also has white wax. I think the labels are actually really pretty. I love this gradient look here. And then I can imagine this is going to look really pretty when it's burning. The notes of this one are fresh pineapple, toasted coconut shavings, and mango puree. And I thought this is just going to be a repackage of pineapple mango. And I don't think it is. There's not a ton of pineapple in this or mango. It gives me more of the coconut cabana vibes where you get this sort of slightly sunscreen kind of coconut. You do get a little bit of the pineapple and mango, but it's not a pineapple mango heavy scent. The pineapple mango, I'm sure some other tropical fruits are more in the background of this one, and that sort of coconut, slightly sunscreen kind of vibe is more in the forefront. So it's really nice. Of course, I'm not in the mood for this kind of scent right now at all, but come summer, I think it's going to be a really nice one. The next collection I have here is the other Candle Day exclusive packaging. I think these are kind of fun. They're not my absolute favorite packaging ever, but I do kind of like the geometric sort of, what do you call this? Is this sort of like a hologram kind of effect here on the watermelon slices and then on the actual name itself? I think that's kind of fun and playful. This one has a really cool sort of geometric patterned lid. Watermelon lemonade, it's a classic. Watermelon ice, sparkling water, and Meyer lemon. I love to burn this scent in the summer. I know some people are tired of it, right? It comes back every year. It's popular for a reason though. I love my watermelon scents, and this is a classic for me. So sweeter and juicier than like the pomegranate lemonade. I also picked up the Aloha Kiwi Passionfruit in this collection. This one has the sort of vibrant green wax. The notes are tropical passionfruit, radiant kiwi, and juicy pineapple. And I do like this scent. It came out originally like what, maybe 5 years ago now? 4 or 5 years ago. Time does fly when you're having fun. And I find it to be a really enjoyable end of spring summer scent for me. It's very fruity, juicy, sort of makes my mouth water. A little bit of a sour sort of note to this. So if you like your tropical fruity kind of scents, I think you love this one. I think it's been fairly popular. And then I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4 of the cookies and cream milkshake. The packaging of this one's kind of fun. It looks like you have a little Oreo there with the hologram, and this one has white wax. The notes are chocolate cookie crumbles, vanilla bean ice cream, and chocolate drizzle. All right, for this comparison, I pulled out several of my chocolate candles. I pulled out brownie batter swirl, hot cocoa and cream, chocolate marshmallow cloud, and my Italy cannoli and chocolate. I cannot find my hot fudge sundae. I wanted to compare these side by side to see if this was a new scent or a repackage. The first thing I can say about cookies and cream milkshake, it's not overly chocolate. It's not like there's chocolate there for sure, but it is more of a chocolate bakery cookie aspect and not like a chocolate syrup. So it's definitely not hot fudge sundae repackage. It's not chocolate marshmallow cloud. This one has like a salty aspect. It's also not a repackage of cannoli and chocolate Italy. There are similarities. I think the chocolate is kind of similar, but this one definitely has a graham cracker or cannoli, different bakery note than this one. So it's not that one. The hot cocoa and cream, it's not a repackage of that either. I think the chocolate notes in hot cocoa and cream, they're similar, but I don't think they're exact. I think that they're different. This one smells like a Swiss Miss pack of hot chocolate, and this one smells more like a cookie. So I don't think these are a repackage either. I don't necessarily think this is the same chocolate note. And then I did compare it to my brownie batter swirl. This was the online bakery test collection that never released in stores. This one's burnt. I did burn this one halfway down, so I can't get a super accurate comparison, but I think these are the closest. It's hard to say if they're exact repackaged because again, because I burned this one, the scent is not as pure as this one, but these are pretty similar. And when I first smelled this one, I thought, okay, there's a lot more vanilla in this than I originally thought. And I remember saying the same thing about this scent. Again, I can't say if they're an exact repackage, but I do feel like they're quite similar. With this name, you would think that it would smell like brownie batter, but I always got a lot of vanilla, a lot of creaminess from this one, and the chocolate note was actually dialed down quite a bit. The chocolate isn't overwhelming. I think that's the number one thing. So if you're not a fan of chocolate typically, you might still like this one. I'm not a huge fan of chocolate, despite having several chocolate candles here. It definitely is a chocolate bakery kind of vibe. I would almost think more like a cake than cookie to me. I do get like powdered sugar. There's almost a little bit of like a doughy aspect as well. And then there's a lot of creamy vanilla. And I like it. It's pleasant. We'll see what happens when it's burning. I'm interested to see if the chocolate notes make themselves known more or if it ends up being more of a vanilla heavy scent. I think it's going to be light because I do get a lot of vanilla out of this one. A lot of that sort of creamy vanilla bean, sort of a marshmallow-y vibe. And vanilla scents tend to be lighter in general. So see what happens. If I don't love it, again, I can exchange it. If I do love it, I have some backup. So let me know if you found this one in your store. Let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to hear what your comparisons are. And we are down to the last row of 10. I picked up 2 of the frosted spearmint candles. The packaging is beautiful. I talked about this scent in my massive winter haul. These have this metallic look inside. This one has white wax. Beautiful luminary effect. The notes are frozen apple, snow-capped mint, creamy sandalwood, and iced musk. I actually haven't yet burned the one that I have. It's one that I really like enough on cold sniff, and that is quite different than the other minty scents that are out there, that I decided to go ahead and pick up 2 more. Once I burn one of these, again, if I don't like it, I have a couple I'll take back in exchange. If I love it, then I've got a couple backups. Please let me know if anybody else does this. Does anyone else buy backups of candles before they've actually burned their candle? I cannot be the only one. I try to burn my candles as quickly as possible, but when there's so many candles, it's hard to get to them all. So please let me know I'm not alone. Yeah, I love this one. Some people have said it smells like toothpaste. I can see that comparison, but I don't really think so. The spearmint is just such a different minty note than the peppermint, and I love that vibe. The apple adds a nice sweetness. It's not overpoweringly apple at all, but it's just a really nice, refreshing scent. So glad to find a couple more of these. I also have another balsam and firewood. I did place an online order prior to Candle Day. Obviously, that's how I have these online exclusives now in this video on Candle Day. I was really feeling this scent this year, and I think the packaging is just gorgeous, so I decided to pick up 1 more of these. Really nice blend. The notes are cedarwood, cardamom, and white birch. The name is totally applicable. Take their fireside candle, that firewood note, add fresh balsam. It's a really nice combination. I think the fireside firewood note is a little bit stronger than the balsam. I can't handle just the plain fireside candle. It's a little bit too heavy for me, but adding the balsam to this and that little bit of sort of a sappy sweetness, this one is really palatable to me. So I'm glad to pick up 1 more. And then I'm super excited that Blue Winter Sky returned. This came out, was it last year or 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago because it came out with the apple garland. Love this scent, and the packaging I think is really pretty. I like that sort of not quite navy but dark blue wax and this really pretty snowflake design. The notes are peppermint, eucalyptus, oak, and cedar wood, and the wax on this is again this really pretty blue. If you like the eucalyptus candles, the eucalyptus spearmint, their eucalyptus candles, I think you're going to like this one. You definitely get that vibe. There is peppermint instead of spearmint, so it slightly changes the vibe. You do get a nice amount of that invigorating eucalyptus. It's not an exact repackage in my opinion. It is different, but it is in that same family, and I really like this one. I would say this one and the eucalyptus rain are definitely my favorites, but I find that I can burn this one this time of year in cold weather versus eucalyptus rain, which in my mind is a spring scent. So really glad to see this one back. I also picked up some additional ones in this collection. I did pick up Snowflakes and Citrus. I had not yet picked this one up, and I do really like to burn this one in January. At the end of January, for me, this is a really nice scent to sort of start moving me into spring scents. The notes are juicy citrus, fresh spring water, and sweet mango. The wax is this nice pretty blue, and I love the labels on these. I think this is my favorite collection of labels if I had to choose this year. I just love them. They give me total Nutcracker vibes. This is a repackage of Midnight Blue Citrus, a scent that comes back several seasons. It is a citrus heavy scent, fresh, clean. Again, for me, it's a great transitional scent from winter to spring. I picked up 2 peppermint sugar cookie. One of these are for a friend who didn't want to go into her local store, so I'm going to send that to her. And then I picked up an extra one, well, because the notes are crushed peppermint, vanilla extract, creamy butter, and soft sugar cookies. I have burned this one. It had a good performance. Very hot and fast burner though. So definitely keep your eye on this one. Keep the wicks trimmed and make sure you don't let it burn too long. I did end up having to cotton ball mine one time because I let it burn a little bit too long and the wax got sooty. But before that and after that, it had a good burn, and like I said, it was very strong. I do stand by the fact that I think this is a buttermint kind of scent. I don't necessarily get a sugar cookie. I don't get like a bakery aspect, at least by what I consider bakery. I get an edible, melt in your mouth, buttermint, peppermint, candy kind of vibe, and it's really fantastic. So I wanted to grab another one. And lastly, I picked up 3 Frosted Forests. A couple of these are going to be sent to friends who couldn't get to their local store. I think the labeling is just, again, absolutely beautiful. The notes are frosted juniper, icy eucalyptus, evergreen branches, and white spruce, and I really have enjoyed this one. I burned one of these already. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't as strong as I would have liked it, but it was still very adequate, and I really enjoyed it. I like this kind of tree scent where you have these sort of other notes that balance out the pine and the balsam, and it's just frosty and cold and makes you think of Christmas season. So glad to have another one of those, and glad to be able to pick up some for some friends who couldn't get out to grab them. Okie dokie, y'all, that is it. That is my entire Bath & Body Works massive, mega, huge, ginormous Candle Day 2020 haul. I think for me, my favorite on Cold Sniff, Berry Spritzer, definitely the surprise favorite for me as far as the Candle Day exclusives. Super excited that Summer Terrace came back online. Again, I highly, highly recommend that scent if you like those kind of scents. Glad to pick up some stuff for some friends. Glad to get several really nice gifts. I was glad to get some of these glass lids. Let me know in the comments below what y'all picked up for Candle Day and what your shopping experience was like. Did you go in your store? If so, let me know how that went. I am super curious to know how your in-store shopping experience went. Also, if you didn't go in store, did you order online? What did you pick up? And overall, how do you feel about Candle Day? I've seen mixed reactions. Some people are really excited. Some people are like, not really excited. Let me know your thoughts. If you watch this video in its entirety, leave me a candle emoji below. There is a candle emoji on Apple. If you don't have a candle emoji, then leave me some other kind of like fun or festive emoji. If you like this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you like to see other videos like this, please subscribe. I will have my Bath & Body Works fall empties video coming up very soon after this one. I tried to get it up before this one, but I just didn't get around to it. I also have my other candle company fall empties like Homeworks and Yankee coming up. So if you're interested in any of those videos, please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you as always for all of your support on my channel, for all your comments and likes, and just watching the videos and being interested. And thank you for all of your support on Instagram. As always, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I hope you all had a fantastic candle day. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.